Well, I've laid out enough evidence on 3oaks1.com that shows my bloodlines and how 666 and my name and my birth date all tie into these prophecies that are, you've got to admit, mangled. I mean, they can be intact, but when you look at what you're supposed to expect from prophecies, that sometimes they fail, and then you compare the world's largest accepted prophets, Muhammad, Jesus, and John, and all these ones you're looking, at in these prophecies. You have to look at the Bible you're using to put this faith into these prophecies and say, there's a principle in there, and it says that sometimes these prophecies won't come to be. Between having two major prophets that don't agree and the fact that sometimes the prophecies won't come to be, I told you, I'm Robert Edward Booth, September 23rd, a date of prophecy that entire theological research went into projects to find out why September 3rd, 23rd was important. It's my birthday. You can sit down and diabolically dissect it all. Maybe you can find out. I'm not even sure where they see September 23rd at. Don't say, "Oh, you can't be Jesus." And that is a preconception that has been fed. And if they want you to serve and have that preconception and accept it as truth, they feed it the way they've done it, using magic. Well, they're incorporating the physical and the non-physical forces that are at work. They're going to feed you what to say, if that's going to be required at all, and then they're going to push you using, social pressures, gender appreciation, general politics, things, what a male expects of himself by nature, natural forces, and they're going to have that enforce the move they make, or what they're trying to put down as the truth, accepted truth, and they need that. That's part of magic. That's one of the elemental magic practices. When you use alchemy, the elements involved. Is it the fire quality I need? Is it the earthen quality I need? Is it the water, the flow, and any likeness of water that I need to put in this mix that needs to balance out for a directive, for a goal? You always have a goal. So they're achieving the elements by invoking upon this, by invoking upon that. And this gives the fire, and this gives the earth. And when the balance is achieved, the magical outcome is that. So they're incorporating through what history shows voodoo, magic. If it's Roman Greece, and it is, that's the type of magic would be the most powerful. They would incorporate in the type of move that's being done using the Bible. So when I'm talking about that, and the earthen being fed, and the use of the earthen by the right amount of fire, and by the right amount of water, and by the right amount of air, and that's only using elemental magic, the right amount of spirit. There's 5 points on the pentagram. In magic, that's what it's symbolic of. Naturally, it's the devil and everything else. That's symbolic stuff that's diverse. These people use this symbol for this. These people use this symbol for this. So when you look at the elements of the magic being used, they need a powerful earthen. Feel me? This earthen needs to be fed. We need a lot of earthen in that area. So they got me, 666, the devil. You said, but the divine would never allow that. The divine would allow that if it served the divine. Now, if you want a king who's strengthened, my end will become my beginning. So, yes, it would be allowable, even though corruption is bringing it forth, still not stamped out completely yet by the Spirit, because at that time, the great and terrible Spirit is using the terrible to serve itself. Like when you pray for stuff, you'll realize when you do get it, there's either been grace, the likeness of grace, and giving you that, and counterbalancing somewhere in the overall universal balance that went ahead and gave way to you, and because it did that over there was able to be navigated or negotiated in the situation. And yes, you prayed it and it came to you and it did happen. That's good. But oftentimes it doesn't come to you unless what you'll end up finding out is it came to me when it served the spirit. Same way when I'm talking about this corrupt force working that does serve the spirit, the great and terrible.